Welcome back to We Care a Lot. I am half the pod, Sam.
I'm the other half, Mel. And today we have my fiancé.
First time a fiancé on the pod.
I know.
Wow.
I'm honored.
It's Logan, everyone.
Hi.
Yeah. Welcome, Logan.
Thanks.
Thanks for being here.
Of course.
How you feeling?
Nervous, but excited.
Why is everyone always nervous? It's like
You guys do this every week. It's not common
normal?
to like...
It's not normal.
To talk into a mic and then post it online?
No, but I mean, all we do
Fair.
is talk when we hang out, so I guess it's the same
That's
thing.
fair.
It's a similar vibe.
It's a similar vibe, except we're talking about something that I want to talk about.
Oh, I'm sorry. Is it not normally weaved into our conversations all the time?
I feel like when I talk to people about the WNBA, I'm like holding them at gunpoint though sometimes. Like I can tell people don't want
They
to
tune
continue.
out.
They're just like,
They start going, uh-huh.
That's why I get really excited when we meet people that do want to talk about it, because I feel like normally I'm holding people at gunpoint.
Like, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
A little
well,
bit. It's like I
Well-
can tell that they are done talking about it.
Now I'm just imagining everyone at home listening at gunpoint.
Yes.
and you're here.
And you have to listen.
Right.
No, I think this is a really fun topic. I don't think we've actually ever talked about sports. Like, in a whole episode.
No,
There's
not at
never been a
all.
reason. And now our reason's here.
Yeah. It's
So
a good
welcome.
reason.
It is.
Not to say that I'm not into the WNBA. It's just we never talk about it. Me and Sam, anyway.
I probably would have less to contribute to this conversation if it was just you and I.
I think you like listen.
It'd be a schooling.
Yeah. Which is what today is.
I think
Kinda,
if you
yeah.
let yourself get into it, you would be really
Oh
into
no,
it.
Sam gets into sports. Like,
I do.
Did we forget?
It's a Seeger.
Yes, Sam does get into sports.
I just went to a Ducks game.
Yeah. Yeah. You did?
Yes,
Yeah,
I did.
The CSULB night.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I didn't. Sam's a hockey fan now. Forgot.
It's fun when they hit each other. Anyway, not the point.
Moving along. How did you get into the NBA?
I didn't get
WNBA.
the
WNBA.
WNBA.
Sorry, that is my only NBA, I will say.
Yeah.
Oh,
We don't
tea.
watch
I don't
men's
watch men's sports.
Not really. Honestly,
The Dodgers
I-
sometimes, but not really.
I feel like before watching the WNBA, I would call myself a Lakers fan just because I was born and raised here and my mom loved the Lakers. And I'm a Dodgers fan because, again, I was born and raised in LA, but I wasn't like watching every game and following the players ever
Yeah.
before the
Yeah.
WNBA. But I guess what made me start watching it was I just remember having a conversation with somebody at work about how little WNBA players get paid and how they have to have like summer jobs.
Yeah.
Or not summer jobs, but jobs in the off season in order to like
Make
afford to
money.
live their life. And the conversation around that was, well, it's because no one watches the sports. Like there's no one streaming it. And I was like, that's so stupid. Why aren't people streaming it? And then I think I watched like one game. I honestly didn't start until last year when Cameron Brink joined the LA Sparks, and that was like a big deal. Well, Caitlin Clark was a big deal, but for us it was Cameron Brink joining the Sparks. And I remember sitting on the couch trying to figure out how to watch it, and I signed up for like $180 a month trial with DirecTV just to watch.
Literally.
And I was like
Okay, commitment.
crashing out trying to figure out how to watch the game. And I feel like I felt like a man in that moment. I was like, this is how men feel.
No, you literally
When they
were
can't watch
Wait,
it.
throwing
That's
a
so funny.
fit.
Lenny was here, and
Lenny
she
was
was
here.
like,
Logan
this
was
is
throwing a fit.
Not my friend
said,
who's
"Is
a
it that
therapist.
deep?"
Yeah, she was like, this is not healthy. And I was like, well,
And it was the first game. Like,
was
you hadn't
like-
even watched
I think
one?
it was like the second game, but I don't know how you watched the first one.
well, there are like a illegal stream, but that's not like best because you still want to support
There's
and
like,
it's not good because you're not actually supporting the league if you're
Right.
watching illegally. But sometimes, honestly, that was like sometimes the only way to watch it.
which is crazy.
I was gonna say, like, the
They don't-
WNBA needs to make a better.
Well, how do you watch it now?
watching
It's
experience.
only
They have
DirecTV?
gotten better.
Yeah, I mean, you still have to. You can buy the league pass, but some games aren't available on the league pass.
like
Like, in your
WNBA games or games
region.
period?
Right.
Like games in
WNBA.
general.
WNBA.
This is WNBA league pass is like for the WNBA.
Oh.
Right.
So
Oh, 'cause,
I
like,
pay like
other
an
stuff's,
annual
like,
thing.
Yeah.
ESPN Plus,
Right.
or whatever.
I think it might.
Or like
Some of the
MLB.
games-
There's an MLB one too. That makes sense.
Yeah.
But the
Right.
thing is, not all the games stream on the WNBA app, which is stupid. It's like if you pay for it, you should be able to watch them. But
All of them,
some
yeah.
of them are only on like DirecTV or ESPN Plus.
These like
or,
contracts where they make money is so annoying. It's like because
Is
it's
it?
not even going to
I don't-
them.
I don't
I
know.
mean, like DirecTV is going to that. Like
Yeah.
DirecTV is buying it so that they make money on the ads or whatever.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say, I don't think you know the answer to this, but do you think like it's because like it's state by state case? Like,
I don't know. It says it's like
Oh.
regionally blocked
Right, 'cause,
in
like,
our
it-
area, but it'll be like a home game. And I'm like,
Right,
if anyone
right.
should be able to watch this, it should.
That's
be
what we
us.
were. Okay, this isn't about the Dodgers, but I was trying to watch a Dodgers game, and my dad was saying that you can only watch away games, which makes no sense.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
it's
maybe
like-
because they want you to go to the stadium.
Yeah, they do, but it's also like, okay, you can't fit all of LA into the stadium anyway, so.
True. Well, I don't really have that problem anymore because we go to every game now
yeah.
because we have season tickets.
What is it streaming on if you wanted to watch it?
Like home games.
Yeah, I guess. Or, I mean,
I've only
guess in
watched
general, 'cause-
I think
one
it's
home
ESPN.
game.
ESPN.
I think it's ESPN, which like you have to get Disney Plus, and then you have to get
Oh,
like
right.
the live add-on, or you
Yeah.
can get DirecTV, and it's like it's honestly like almost $200 a month. It's insane.
It's actually not.
But I feel like buying season tickets was
more
cheaper.
worthwhile.
Probably like the same cost. Like if you're gonna pay for 6 months of DirecTV, I don't know. But it's obviously more fun to like go in person to a game.
Yeah.
So you got
But-
into it mostly because you were like, wait, they're not making money because no one's watching. So
That
I'm gonna
like
start watching.
sparked the thought for
Yeah.
me. I think that
Yeah.
like sparked the thought, and then I just started looking into it more and like following it on TikTok. And I don't know. I feel like it's easy to get
Locked in.
locked into.
It
Yeah.
really is.
Especially like within the queer community too, because there's a lot of queer players and there's a lot of like interesting storylines in that way, and obviously it's
storylines.
women.
I love this.
There's a lot of
Storyline.
You mean like
Storyline.
romantic interests and
There's
conspiracy
a lot
theories
of romantic interests and conspiracy theories
that feel very real
Yes.
and not conspiratorial.
Right.
Yes. It's also just women. Like I think women are. I don't think like no anybody needs like a specific reason to support women. Like I don't know why
Yeah.
it wasn't happening
Yeah.
already. Because they're just as, if not more fun to, in my opinion, more fun to watch. They're just as, if not more, like aggressive than men players. It's just like it's fun to go to games and it's fun to be a part of that.
Yeah.
I do feel like the TikTok world really brought you in tenfold
Yes.
because it was like your For You page was just like, well, this is happening and this person is doing this
Yeah.
and this outfit. Also, the fashion's like a whole other thing, but
The fashion's a whole nother thing, and also this isn't the WNBA, but it's like adjacent because in the off season they started, well, Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart started a new league called
they're
Unrivaled.
players. Those people,
What?
they're players.
Yes,
Those
they're
people?
players. They're like vets in the game.
and they still play. And
They
then they
still
started
play.
this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And they started this different league because a lot of WNBA players would have to go overseas in order to make money in the off season. And for a lot of them, it just didn't make sense, like having a family or
Yeah.
like, even if you don't have a family, like having to go live overseas and
Yeah.
do that is
Yeah.
a lot. And you're playing with people that you don't play with in the WNBA. I don't know if that really matters, but I feel like it would. So they started the Unrivaled League, which is a 3-on-3 league, and this past year was the first season that they had. But I thought that was really cool because they're playing. First of all, they get paid more than they do in their WNBA season, which is crazy.
Question: how do they afford that? Is that like their
It,
sponsors?
so
Their
their
sponsors.
sponsorships are crazy. Like they
Okay.
have like Sephora. It's like
Urban
also
Decay,
it's like very
right?
girly pop, and
Urban
it's
Decay
really
sponsors the
amazing.
WNBA.
Oh, not the rival league.
I don't think
Urban
so.
Decay, no. I think
I
it's
remember
just
they had like a
Sephora.
night or something. Like a
Maybe.
Yeah,
Maybe
that
a
was for the
sports night.
Sparks.
Yeah.
I think that they're
Specifically.
sponsored
Yeah,
by the Sparks.
but- But Unrivaled, Sephora,
Mm-hmm.
Glossier, or is that also just the WNBA?
I think it's both.
I think it's both too. But
I
like,
think-
there's a lot of brands that like are female, like
Centered.
Which is just cool because like you would never see Sephora sponsoring the NBA.
No.
Yeah.
And it's just cool to see brands, and it's not like the WNBA is like, oh, we have to be just like the men and do everything that they do and like be masculine and like it's like no, these are women. Like they like to wear makeup. Some of them do full glam before games.
Just
like
sick.
At the game?
Yeah, they're like in full beat.
Yeah, while they're playing.
And it's a big thing, like Dijonay, like as you say,
okay, where's the sponsorship for the setting
spray?
Spray?
So that's exactly
Dijonay,
it.
There was a game. It wasn't Unrivaled. It was just like a tournament that they did, I think, in Miami. And someone asked Dijonay, because she had a full beat on. She does every game, and she always looks gorgeous. So does Rakia Jackson. Like, they put on a full beat because they're like, I'm going to be on fucking TV. I'm going to look good. And she had on a full beat, and it literally didn't move the whole game. Like, she didn't look like she was sweating. But that girl works.
Yeah.
And I think Asia Wilson asked her, and it was like, it was televised. She was like, we need to know the setting spray you use. And she was like, I'm not saying anything until someone pays me.
Period.
So if you want... Right, she should be sponsored.
But also, like,
for
the
that.
brand, as the brand, I'd be like, is it mine?
I know. I'm like, hey, girl, saw your interview.
Yeah, we hope it's ours, but... No, but, like, girls do that. And I just think it's cool that they're not, like, trying to be met. Like, it's like, this is just a whole nother thing.
I'm like, what are the men's sponsorships? I have no idea. What do they get?
Nike,
Gatorade, yeah. Just, like,
Under
very,
Armour.
like, normal, athletic... brands.
Which those brands also sponsor WNBA
they also
players, but it's just like...
It's just a little more complex.
It's more complex.
Yeah.
And it's more fun, and it's more like... Yeah, I love that they're not, like, trying to just be like the men. Like, they'll do glam. They'll be sponsored by Sephora. They'll have, like, a glam cam before some of the games. Like, the fashion... I mean, the fashion in NBA is a big deal, too, but I just feel like it's another level. Like, a lot of them are sponsored by Coach, which...
Or, like... Yeah.
Maybe NBA players are. Honestly, I wouldn't know. I have no idea.
I think they are, but like it's different.
Probably. I haven't heard about it, but maybe they are.
It's just different because it's on women's bodies.
Yeah,
so
right.
It feels like on another level of like the future of other basketball players for women, like little girls who are watching and they're like, oh, I don't have to like be sponsored by Nike. I could be sponsored by a makeup brand if I want or whatever.
Right.
Or like the idea that I don't know. I felt growing up playing sports that like I had to choose. Like if I'm gonna play sports, I'm gonna be like the tomboy,
right?
And I can't also be like creative, artsy, like girly. Like I have to choose. And I feel like growing up, I was like I didn't feel like I could choose, and it always felt really dividing, at least for me.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, no, I feel like that was the world in which we lived in at the time. Like there was very binary situations.
Yeah, you were put
in gender
a box.
roles. Yeah. It's really cool to see the coverage though, like how or like the increase of like all facets of coverage. Like it's like we said, like the makeup, the fashion, everything.
The TikTok drama.
I think like the general mainstream media credits the entire rise of the WNBA to Caitlin Clark, which I think it's undeniable.
Mainstream media like
just
sports networks,
right?
Yeah, honestly, most people, I would say, credit it to just her, which I'm not going to deny that she has been like a huge driver because she's very talented. She's broken a lot of records. She's obviously very good. Indiana Fever.
Give me some background of who this is. So
Caitlin Clark was the number one WNBA draft pick, not this year, but the year before.
Okay.
So she was a rookie last year. She's an amazing three-point shooter. She's compared to be like the Steph Curry of the WNBA. She's very talented. And she has brought in a large fan base. I'm not going to deny that necessarily, but I just think there's so that's who she is. She's plays for the Indiana Fever. She's like anytime she comes to a stadium, like when she comes to the Sparks games, like it sells out the arena.
Like in college, she just like was really good.
In
and
college, she was really good. In college, she was amazing.
She like fashionable. Like
no, it's just like her athleticism.
A strong no is crazy.
I mean, she's
very resounding no.
She's talented, but like it's not the fashion. It's not the vibes.
Well, she was the first WNBA player to be like dressed by Coach, I think it was who dressed her for the draft, and now like everyone's dressing Coach, so like it was like groundbreaking stuff. Like I'm not gonna deny that, and there's just so many other factors at play to say, like, she's the single thing that has made the WNBA
It's kind of
blow up.
it's just insane to say that.
She's definitely a huge factor
part
of it.
yeah.
And I think she's done a lot of good. And I also think that she could be doing more.
Absolutely.
Because she's a white woman in a black-dominated sport, and she doesn't really talk about that. Mm-hmm. And she hasn't really acknowledged that. And there's a lot of drama between her and Angel Reese, and they were competitors in college basketball, and now they're competitors in the WNBA. Angel Reese plays for the Chicago Sky, and she is, like, honestly, every single day getting publicly humiliated by people online. Why? And she experiences, like, blatant racism in the stands when she plays against Caitlin Clark. Like, Caitlin Clark's fans have made racist comments at her, like, during games and online. Like, she receives
the bullying that's happening online, or it's like in addition to, like, other things
it's
are
both.
also
Both. It's in person and online.
No, I mean online are the comments, like,
I think there
are they
are
commenting
some...
on other things?
Yeah, like just her normal videos, like
her normal video, like
her personal page is getting.
If she posts, like, a fit check and you look at the comments, it's like memes of, like, Caitlin Clark holding her as a baby, or like,
but also like really mean, like really mean.
Are they the same age?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess because they competed together.
Yeah, and I think it's because Angel Reese made a comment last year. I think she was really frustrated, probably by all the hate she was receiving and stuff. But she made a comment of, like, I want you guys to know, like, the WNBA isn't getting big because of just one person. It's because of me too. So she was talking about Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
And that, I think that, like, put a target on her back for people, and not rightfully so at all. Like, that's it, but it did that, and people started kind of attacking her. And also, like, literally there's a trend on TikTok of, you know how people do, like, basketball highlights?
I nodded, and then I was like, no.
But just, like, you like sports highlights, like, you know, like,
in
people,
general,
like, if there's, like, a player that's, like, really good, like, they'll do, like,
they're like, their highlights so far this season. Angel Reese has a trend where they do her lowlights.
Oh my god!
And
what the heck?
It's really sad.
It's really mean.
Are these fans women? Are there men in this mix?
There's definitely men in this mix.
And
there's definitely men in this mix.
So
There's also
strange.
a lot of, like, older women that are in this mix that are new fans because of Caitlin Clark, and, like,
yeah, it is
where
weird
that
that
goes.
it's weird that she's not saying, at least stop commenting on someone else's, like, stop bullying someone else.
Not, yeah, she hasn't really said that.
Just make a comment.
I think she made one comment after a game about maybe something, but it's never been direct. It's never been like, I'm calling this out, like, you guys, this
it's
is
like enough to be a
unacceptable.
trend. Like, she knows something's happening. It's
Everyone
not like
knows.
little digs here and there. It's
No. And also, it's, I feel like that whole storyline takes away from the sport. It's like, it takes away from so much to just have, like, that
it's also,
be
why
the
does it
main
matter
conversation.
who was the one that
right.
brought people in or whatever?
Yeah. I will say, I think, like, that is a big message that Caitlin does voice is that, like, she's here for basketball.
Yeah.
And she's not, but it's also, like, you can't ignore
the
other
you can't ignore the entire history of the WNBA, and, like, she just chooses to, like, turn a blind eye. It's kind of saying, like, I don't see color, and it's like,
it's very similar to that.
Color exists, so you can't really deny that.
Right.
But that's kind of the stance that she takes, and I'm sure she has a PR team behind her, and, like, she's very media trained. Like, I think she knows what to say and when to say it, supposedly, but I don't know. I feel like there's other ways to go about it, and that it's been a big piece of drama. But all that to say, I think there's a lot of factors that have made the WNBA blow up. Like, I'm sure that's part of it, but I think there's a lot there.
Right.
Yeah.
Besides,
I feel like that's, like, the one thing, as, like, an outsider looking in, I'm like, I wish she would just squash it, because then that's what people are talking about, as opposed to how talented people are.
Yeah.
And it's, like, fun. Like, yeah, it'd be fun to talk about, like, if you were saying, oh, Angel Reese misses all her free throws or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, fine, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because that's whatever, you know? But it's not about that, so.
No, it's, like, so much deeper than that.
Yeah.
It's really...
It's blatant racism at the end of the day.
Yeah. And then the WNBA came out with a statement, and now they have, like, this no-hate campaign that they're doing. They're like, we don't tolerate any hate in our stands. And it's like, well, that should have been the case from the get.
But okay.
I guess it's never too late. But,
I mean, clearly you had to start a campaign because someone
It's
is.
getting out of
Shit's been
hand.
happening.
Yeah. Okay, well, if you gotten people hooked at this point, and people want to watch the game, like, how do you how would you suggest someone starts
getting into
it?
I mean, right now they're playing regular season. Right?
We're in the regular season right now.
Okay.
I would say, I mean, wherever you live, I guess that's your team. That's how I operate.
That's your team.
I guess if it's not LA, then good luck.
I mean, it's really tough to be a Sparks fan.
Right now. No, absolutely. It's rough out here.
I am a Sparks fan, but it is lately a little tough to be a Sparks fan. But I feel like wherever you live, like, that's your team. Sometimes people choose teams where they don't live, which I find...
Where they'd like to live.
Maybe.
Or something.
Maybe, yeah.
Or they just follow a player. I mean, I guess if you don't know anyone, you can't really...
I mean, I love the Sparks, but I also have a lot of players that are not on the Sparks.
And we'll get to it.
And when we play them, it's really hard for me to be mad that they're like...
Yeah, literally us on Monday.
What was Monday?
Doing a good job. Tuesday.
Oh, what happened?
One of her players that she likes on the Seattle team was there, and she was just like...
Gabby Williams.
She's really good. Like,
what are you going to do?
And then I'm like... She's like, well, they couldn't have done nothing. And I'm like...
No, they literally, like, couldn't have done anything to stop. Like, I don't know what they could have done.
And I'm like, bro, you need to send good vibes. Like, we're literally getting
You're just
mauled.
accepting loss.
And then there's Melissa, we're down by 30 and there's 30 seconds left in the game, and she's like, let's just go home. And I'm like,
well, yeah, why the fuck am I still here?
Because it's sad. Imagine being on the court and everyone's just leaving. Like,
sorry.
Tough.
But it is a tough feeling, but maybe try harder.
But I feel like it's, like, if you wanted to get in the WNBA, I feel like it's really easy to get into the WNBA.
Yeah.
Like, you could pick a team, and honestly, I like to watch TikTok a lot because there's a lot of great creators on TikTok that, like,
who have good takes.
do rundowns of, like, the teams or what's happening.
Maybe start on TikTok. And then you can decide what team you kind of.
But you also have to be careful because there's people on TikTok that are like
biased. Oh.
Angel Reese versus Caitlin Clark. Like, Angel's
hateful.
just jealous of Caitlin Clark, and it's like, that's not what's happening. But you have to be careful. But there's also, like, a lot of podcasts that have come out in the last couple years, and there was a lot of podcasts before the WNBA like blew
about
up.
Women's sports.
Yeah, about women's sports, specifically about the WNBA. So I like to watch those snippets, but I feel like it's so fun. Like, if you just pick a team and you go, like, I feel like if you just go to one game
you're kind of
and you're, like, in the environment of it and you, like, know about the players at least a little bit.
I think that makes the difference.
It a little bit, yeah.
Because
it does.
even
like
the other sports I go to, I'm just like, all right, I gotta know a little something. Like, who do we dislike?
Yeah.
Who's really good?
You said, I need an opinion to be here.
Right, like, give me something to feed off of.
Yeah, which I think was, like, really fun. Like, for people who came to your birthday last year, like...
We definitely talked about this a little.
A little
podcast,
bit, yeah.
So.
But, like, we went to a Sparks game for Logan's birthday, and I feel like this was, like, I think everyone thought it was a silly idea, but it was actually what made it more fun was, like...
Was that Brittany's idea?
It was Brittany's idea.
To credit her.
I'll give her credit. Everyone was literally like, you're so weird. Why do we want to do that? But anyway, so the thing was, like, we each gave a person who came, a player on the Sparks team, to, like, follow. Yeah, like, you are that person to cheer for that person. So you're, like, invested in the game. You want that person to win.
My person was barely in the game.
I was Hamby, so.
Who was I?
She was in her
I have no idea.
era.
I was probably Cameron.
Oh,
I don't remember who I was.
Probably.
But that was fun because then it's like, you just scored.
Yeah.
Babe.
And you
just scored.
Yeah.
Babe, you missed that free throw.
You just scored.
Oh,
Baby missed
she's
that
been missing a lot of
you be
free
missing
throws.
You be missing free throws.
I love you, but...
Yeah, Dearica Hamby be missing free throws.
Be missing.
But after every time, the crowd goes quiet and all you hear is me, it's okay, shake it off.
Literally.
You got this.
She can hear you think?
Melissa goes, I think she actually heard you that time. Like, after every time.
Delusionally, or you think
no,
she
like,
really...
actually,
no, because it's dead silent.
You can hear a pin drop. Like, it's sad. Anyway.
Yeah. Unfortunate.
I'm always cheering for her. But I feel like, yeah, once you go to one game, it's like, it's, you know, then you're buying a $90 sweatshirt, and then you're buying a hat,
you're buying a season pass.
Maybe for some, that is the gateway drug, but not for all.
The WNBA is a slippery slope. At least for me, it was.
I think also if, like, you enjoy sports as... Like, in general, I think
competitive,
like,
and you
enjoy
nature,
for sure.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of people who say that women's sports are not as exciting. What do you say to that? Like, the actual sport.
That's so tired.
Yeah.
It's a tired take because it's like, what do you mean it's not as exciting? Like, what could be more exciting. I don't know. I've never found... I mean, I'll watch a Dodgers game if it's, like, the finals, and I'll watch it if, like, someone's like, let's go to a bar and watch a game. I'm like, I'm down, because I live in LA, and, like, that's our team, but also fuck the Dodgers in this very moment currently.
Yeah.
But not the team, but the organization.
I mean, the team went to the White House.
I just
fuck the
that.
team.
Isn't
all right,
crazy?
fuck
in a
Dodgers.
mariachi jacket. Somebody, I don't know which
You
player.
saw that?
Yep.
I didn't see that.
Fuck
Wow.
the Dodgers.
Well, maybe it was a
statement.
statement. Yeah,
maybe
it was
he
a
had
statement.
to go.
Maybe it was a statement. We don't know all the details.
But
anyway.
all that to be said, I feel like it's more exciting for all the reasons that, like, we've talked about. I don't know.
Also,
I just find it, like, I've never been able to get into men's sports. Like, it's never been something I get into.
What's different? Like, what's actually different? Like,
yeah,
you know
I'll
what
say
I mean?
the game I went to.
If anything, it's more interesting.
I can't remember. It was a whole year. It was literally a year ago at this point.
Almost.
But, like, I came in and I was like, all right, let's fucking find out. Is it less interesting or less exciting than a men's game?
Also, that game was very exciting.
Very exciting. We went to overtime.
Yeah, overtime's really fun. I thought it was a really fun game.
Yeah.
So, for me, I was like, I don't know. I think it's just like... The T is you don't want to watch women do anything well.
Yeah.
Which, like, maybe they can never say that. They can never get to that realization. So they're just going to hit it with, it's just not as exciting.
But I think
it's like they don't want to say it.
It's so silly to even compare them because, like we were talking about earlier, it's just like a totally different... Yeah. It's totally different. Yeah. Like, it's just a totally different league. It's a totally... I mean, it's obviously not a totally different game, but, like... These women are just talented. Like, it's not like comparing them to men or anything. Like, honestly, they could probably take on a lot of the NBA players.
Wait, they should do that.
They should do that.
That would be so fun.
They should do like a co-ed night or something. Yeah,
that'd be so cool.
Because these women they're just talented athletes. Like, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm not a man, but, like, even if I knew some of the history behind men in the NBA, like, I don't know that I could get into it, but it's so easy to get into it with the WNBA because there's just a lot of history and there's a lot of talent and there's a lot of, like, relationships between players, like not just romantically but also like friendships
and friendships ending.
But I
feel like that's
competitor
that's so similar to why men are so attracted to men's sports.
Yeah.
Like, they like the fact that there's drama between, like, they won't admit it, but they love drama. Like, you love the drama of the men being at war with each other, and like, they were besties before, but now they're not.
Yeah, no, 100%. So it's like, it's so funny to see that they're into the same tea behind the scenes.
Yeah,
like, it's the same. Maybe it is like a little bit of they can see themselves, like, not that you can see yourself in a basketball player per se, but like, oh, I like their style, their fly. I wish I was that talented, so I like admire you.
I guess that's fair. Like, I don't look up to men, so
right. Like, I don't look at Kobe Bryant. Rest in peace, my God. But like, I didn't look up to him as in like I want to be you.
Yeah,
some people did.
I guess I look up
basketball players though.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, they had something to relate on.
Right. But that's the thing where it's like basketball as a game. Like, I think like people who really love basketball don't care if it's men or women because they just love the game.
Absolutely.
And I think to like compare the two, it's just like, well, why are you wasting your time like trying to make a case as to why someone should watch women's sports when it's just like, just watch. Do you like basketball?
Yeah,
like,
right.
If you like basketball, watch the sport and whoever's playing, it doesn't matter. At least that's how I see it. But then I also think that there's such a much better edge for women's sports, especially just because, like, you can't deny what women have been through in our society. And for us to be, like, in the WNBA, killing it, like, the whole community of the WNBA fans, like, bringing that up. And also just the women themselves, like, having been through so much and finally, like,
having their moment.
And also the women that didn't get to see that moment happen for them, but are still alive. Like, but also I think the WNBA has done a really good job at like lifting those women up too, and like bringing them into the story and not just like
retiring their jerseys and things like that. Which the next game,
Candace Parker's jersey retirement.
Me next game.
Sam should come.
Sam should come. You only have 2 tickets.
There are seats near us, next to us, that are
There's
for
seats near
sale.
We should honestly make friends with the girl who sits
you have a
next to
season
us.
ticket?
Yeah.
Because her and her dad come all the time, and we should just be like, if you guys
If
aren't
you're
ever
never
coming,
let
we
us
should,
know.
and we should be the same way. Like, if we're not coming,
Yeah, you should.
Right.
no.
Why not?
When,
Well,
when would we not go?
You
I'm
have
just
once.
saying.
Yeah.
You have once.
Once.
You've once
You
not
never know.
come.
That's true. We could trade. I mean, I always try and get our friends to come to WNBA games.
I think it's also
She said that shady. My bad.
my bad for not going.
Yeah, you should come.
My bad. It's far.
You should come
It
when
is
we play
not.
Dallas.
It's halfway from you.
You should come when we play
Crypto?
Dallas, because that's
Dallas.
That's T, because
Dallas. Because Paige Beckers, which I really didn't want.
I'm trying so hard to
love
follow
her.
these people.
Paige Beckers is the blonde girl who has the
Maybe when I
Gatorade
edit this, I'll
flavor.
like put
Oh.
the people
Paige
up.
Beckers.
to, like,
Oh
yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we will get into specific people. I think a little
A little later.
a little later.
So, I mean, I don't think you follow the WNBA, but you don't necessarily follow like college yet, right?
Not fully.
Right.
I'd like to.
I know.
Well, a little
I
bit,
think we
but
should
not
get
really.
into it a little bit more.
Would
but
you
yeah.
support just like your local colleges?
Yeah, like
We
I
shouldn't
would.
go there.
Oh, are you UCLA?
I'm
and
UCLA and
you're
she's USC.
My family is a Trojan family. Like my grandpa.
I hate
Only
that.
your grandpa went there. Nobody else fucking went there.
And his, I'm pretty sure his,
I'm pretty sure.
he like,
Right.
I'm sorry,
He like went there.
he like founded
He, like,
one of
has
the
been on
hospitals
campus.
there. So,
Oh, you kind of can't deny that one.
babe, who
Why
went
is your
to- who
family
went to
And
UCLA?
why did nobody go to the college then?
What
Wait,
is your UCLA
who went to
family?
UCLA in your family?
No one.
Oh,
I got waitlisted. Let's talk about it.
oh,
To be fair, you went under like neuroscience.
Yeah,
so that
which
was a tough
waitlisted?
one. Pretty smart.
Pretty smart. It's giving
Right.
smart.
yes. Well, no one's denying
And you know
that.
what? It's never too late. I will still probably be an alumni someday.
You know, it'd be fun if we had different
You
college
could.
teams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, one of the
One flag's USC outside, one flag's
What's-
UCLA on
Period.
either side
what's
of the.
that? What's that player that we saw?
Lauren Betts.
Lauren Betts.
Who the heck is that?
I
Ricky?
think
The one
her
from
name's
UCLA?
Lauren Betts. Let me look it up. I'm pretty sure it's Lauren Betts. The one I said hi to.
Yeah.
Excuse me? You said
don't
hi
think
to
it's
someone
Lauren Betts.
She's
at a game?
So I had her on my radar because
yeah, Lauren Betts.
who I work for, I want us to sponsor.
Oh, right.
And because she's like been talking a lot about her mental health and stuff, and
That
the
aligns.
business. It aligns.
Can I tell you that she's 6'7"?
She's so fucking tall. Has a deep ass voice. I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
So tall.
She came to the game to like.
It's just fucking scary.
She did like the t-shirt
No
toss
offense,
or something.
T.
She what?
She did
Sparks
the
game?
t-shirt toss at the Sparks
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
So she's like a rookie that people are.
She's in
hoping-
college.
She's in college,
still.
so she's not even considered
Oh,
a rookie.
when do you become a rookie?
I don't
rookie's
know.
when you're in the NBA.
Your first
Your
season
first
of the
year.
WNBA.
WNBA. And yeah.
So you're just college.
You're just like
Yeah,
Yeah.
but because the WNBA is getting so big, it's like starting.
It's starting
like,
to trickle down.
college women's college
Well, like-
basketball is starting to get.
in men's college sports, they can now do the whole sponsored
Yeah.
by thing. Can they do
Same
that now?
women's, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
it was like-
Paige Beckers was in college last year, and she has like so many
sponsorships.
sponsorships
during and
deals.
carried over,
Correct.
during and carried over.
And then
Wow.
some now, obviously.
Yeah,
and they do like everything. Like they come out with Gatorade. You said
I mean that's new.
I don't
That's
know who
like
that
as
was,
of
but-
yesterday.
That was
I don't,
Paige.
That was-
Yeah.
That was Paige Beckers. She was
But
like,
she's had like a fucking hair dye made after her.
Yeah.
Hair dye.
She's also coach
I think
sponsored.
Bose or Sony. One of
Yeah,
the
one of
like,
the
headphones.
why
headphones.
wasn't I born talented at like?
You could have been a basketball player.
beach volleyball would have really been.
But it's not there right now.
No,
But we're not having a moment for beach volleyball
Right.
today,
So
literally
You
could
could've
have
been
been
a basketball
WNBA player.
no, I think I'm too short. Actually,
Actually-
6'7".
one of the best
Well-
players on our team, Kelsey Plum, is literally my height.
She's probably
5'8".
shorter than you. But there's different
Shorty.
positions. Like the guards aren't always super
could've played.
tall.
I could have played.
You could play. I could
Yeah.
play.
I know every
We
time.
we could be a team. Let's make a team.
Girl.
Actually, I would just play horse because I don't know. How, I said okay, and you have to kick your little foot when you do it, and if you don't, you miss.
I would play horse.
Yeah,
I
we
have
could play horse.
basketball.
We have a basketball.
I have a basketball court.
We have a court right there.
You do?
At the park.
Oh,
You have a basketball court at your house?
yeah, in the front yard.
Oh, she has not a court.
Sorry, it's a hoop.
A hoop.
That one that we park by?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's mine.
Period.
I never look up at it. I just see the bottom and I walk away.
Yeah.
I look up at it all the time and I'm like, why don't we play?
It's a metal chain. All right, let's fucking ball up.
Let's go, bro. After
period.
this, going to the park. I forgot how we got here.
Anyway.
That could be funny promo, actually.
Period.
No, actually.
Okay, anyway. Moving on.
Who are rookies that we're like looking at right now? Or who to look at?
Well, everyone loves Paige Beckers, who was the number 1 pick.
Correct.
Kiki Irefin is on the Washington Mystics. I think I said her last name right. I don't know.
Earringed.
She's on the Washington Mystics, and she's also very good. And
Did she also come from UConn?
No, she came from USC.
Oh.
Big fan, I guess. Shit.
My bad.
And
You've only been investing in this like a year, and you're like locked in.
She gets like obsessed with things. Like
No, it's next level because we'll be doing something, and Logan will have her phone like a little iPad boyfriend.
bro, don't call me that.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna bring it up.
she
No.
somehow still is like in the conversation.
You wouldn't
though.
even know that I was watching the game.
What else would you be watching like that? Love
But
Island?
what
We'd
I'm
all be
saying-
watching it.
But what I'm saying is like I'm not gone. Like,
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I was
here.
gonna say. You're here and there.
I'm here and there.
But then we hear like, oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
that's what I'm like. It's so man coded when you like say something and you're under your breath, and I'm like,
Whatever.
what is going on over
Period.
there?
She's just invested.
It's a slippery slope, I'm telling you.
Period.
slope.
This is your warning, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get too invested.
Don't.
You'll turn into an iPad boyfriend, but maybe two.
First of all, I don't have an iPad. Okay? First of all.
An iPhone.
I do.
Boyfriend.
Whatever.
She's like, where is it?
Actually, you do have an iPad.
I never use it.
That's different than you don't have one.
Whatever.
Didn't Brittany give it to you so you could watch the games on there?
Yes, but I haven't.
Wow.
But I haven't.
But it's
That's sweet.
admirable
That's
to be
sweet.
so invested in something.
Thanks.
How many games are there a week? 1? 2?
About 1. At the beginning of the season, like, there was more, but now it's, like, getting slower, I feel.
But it's also ramping up in terms of like
Playoffs
energy
or
and
something?
like
Yeah.
Do you
aggressiveness.
think like the off the court drama feeds them on the court?
Feeds the players?
Yeah, like can you see it
Yes.
on the court?
Yeah,
Example.
I think so.
Oh.
Last year, actually, when we were at the game for her birthday,
Yes, when we played the Aces.
Hanby comes from the Aces, which is Las Vegas team. She had this whole scandal where basically, I don't know what I'm doing with my finger.
Basically.
She had this whole scandal. Well, it's not scandalous on her part, but like basically the coach kind
Becky Hammond.
of... Huh?
Becky Hammond.
Becky Hammond.
That's the coach?
I don't even know her name.
Yes,
That's
that's
okay.
the
I don't
coach.
give a fuck what her name is.
She's not a coach this year.
Yeah, because
Okay,
period.
what'd she do?
She...
Maybe she is, actually.
Oh my god, you guys.
Come on, I just see.
Tell me.
She basically like Hamby got pregnant, didn't know she was pregnant,
Okay.
and then came and told her team like, "Hey, I'm pregnant."
Like mid-season?
Was it mid-season, babe?
I think after she signed her contract.
It was after her contract. Basically, her coach then accused her of like knowing that she was pregnant and
Oh.
signed the contract anyway
Okay.
because she like obviously wants to get paid out.
Right.
And then
I'm
her
like, okay,
coach,
God bless me with good
right.
timing. What do you want me to do?
Yeah.
maternity leave.
Fuck.
But her coach then retaliated against her and took all of her like resources away.
Yeah, allegedly she took like
Allegedly.
didn't let her have access to like the PT
gym.
or the gym or the nutritionist
How do
or
you
like
take
any
that
of
or
it.
the
Right, that's
doctor.
crazy.
And also like I guess they
They were paying
They
for
were
her
paying for
daughter's
school.
school and they
Another
stopped
daughter.
doing that.
yeah,
she has
she
kids.
has a kid.
She has
2
one
kids.
daughter, one son, and her daughter is
Pregnant.
older, and they like
Yeah,
were
so she's
paying for
pregnant
her
with her son.
school allegedly, and then they stopped
And then they stopped paying for her schooling too.
allegedly.
Allegedly.
She hasn't.
But they
commented.
retaliated against her pretty badly, and it like was investigated by the WNBA,
Right.
and like she basically then the Sparks took her in, and that was
So
a big
that
deal.
Oh, so that's why there was tea there.
Yeah, and
She said,
she
"Hello, Miss
was she was
Becca."
aggressively playing that day.
When she plays the Aces, she's like
She
an
gets-
animal.
She's an animal.
But it's like
she
also,
loves it.
I guess maybe her teammates didn't back her, so that's why she's mad at her teammates. too.
Absolutely.
Well, that's a whole nother thing too, because when we saw that game, Asia Wilson and Kelsey Plum are like
Plum.
the. I don't want to say the two main players of the Aces at all, but like they're well-known players.
I feel like they're vets in the of the team.
There's other vets too, but like Asia Wilson is
notable.
From where I stand, Asia Wilson is like the face of the WNBA.
Absolutely.
And she's an amazing player.
How long
she's
has she
like
been playing?
I don't know, for a long time.
Okay. How old is she?
But she's like multiple times MVP, has won multiple championships. Like
she has her own shoe now.
She has her own shoe. She has her own line with Nike.
Like you play for, let's say she's played 6 years now or something. I don't even know if that's reasonable, but like 4 years or something. And then all of a sudden you start getting these like deals and sponsorships like equivalent to men's sports. Like nothing literally changed. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like she's playing probably the same.
And I think that's her mentality. She's like, because I think people expect them to be like, oh my God, thank you. Like we're so grateful, which like, that's cool. They could be grateful, but they could also have the mentality of like, everything's the same. We've been here. Yeah. And now we're just getting the recognition we deserve.
Get back on track though.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
So we were playing the Aces, and there's no like official statements from the other Aces players on how they felt about Dearica Hamby getting kind of mistreated by the coach and by the team. But I mean, I don't know what really happened. I don't know what the mentality really was, but the vibe felt like they were all on the coach's side. And Dearica was really alone, and she's talked on podcasts about like feeling really alone during that time and feeling really like blindsided by everyone.
She's saying it without saying it.
Kind of. So that's why that game was so aggressive and so intense. And Becky Hammon in that game actually got sent off the court. Like she had to leave the arena. I don't know if you remember that. But she was on the court screaming and yelling. Remember it went into overtime. It was crazy.
I mean, I remember the overtime, but
she got kicked out.
The coach got kicked off the court. That was insane.
It was a really intense game.
But now, this year,
we got
there was like a huge trade that happened, and we got Kelsey Plum, who used to be an Aces player, now on the Sparks, which has been really good for the Sparks.
Yeah.
She's injured
currently.
She's a vet.
She's like, she gives very like leadership.
Yeah, she's definitely a leader. But I guess her and Dearica Hamby are like, we're still like best friends.
We were best friends, and we're still best friends. Yeah.
She said, maybe you had my back a little bit, so we're still good.
I don't know what went down there, but they seem to be good now.
Now they seem to be good. But
yeah, they seem to be good. And I'm happy we have Kelsey Plum. So. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, they healed. I mean, that's an uncomfortable place, like especially if they were best friends while they were on the Aces together, and then this happens, and their coach is maybe allegedly in their ear saying some shit, or like, you know, it's uncomfortable in general.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But anyway.
But that was the tea there. So the question of like, does outside stuff fuel them on the court? I think it does.
Yeah.
Because Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese have also had a lot of like run-ins on the court, like almost getting in fights.
Do you think like specifically the situation with Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark has been fueling the other stuff that's been happening with Caitlin Clark, like the other fights on the court that have been happening?
I think so.
Like other people are upset with her.
I think probably. Yeah. I don't know for sure, but I feel like it would. Yeah. Like the whole sentiment of her not really recognizing anything, like the chatter that's happening and like what's I feel like it would. But also at the same time, like drama aside, it's a competitive sport, and these are professional athletes, and they are extremely competitive, and they want to win. Yeah. So like even if there is no drama, like
they're still wanting to win.
Fights might happen because shit goes down. Like Sophie Cunningham, for example, likes to start fights a lot.
I love her. She's so
Me too.
She's kind of crazy about it.
Sparks?
No, she's on the Indiana Fever now. She was on the Phoenix Mercury last year.
She's with Caitlin Clark, like on the same team.
And she, like, I think she came to her defense recently.
I'm absorbing it.
But I learned today that she also has her black belt in Taekwondo.
Scary as
And she played on the varsity.
Isn't it like
on
illegal,
her high
like
school?
A felony to fight someone if you got one of those or something?
Is it?
I don't know. I thought if
she just got fined by the WNBA for like this fight that she had in a game recently.
What else were you saying?
She also played on her high school's varsity football team, all men.
I could see that.
That's so iconic. Can we get some film of that?
Yeah, there's footage of her.
Oh, that's amazing.
insane. I love that.
She's insane. She's extremely competitive.
So
that's why I'm saying, like, it's not always, because I feel like it's kind of a dangerous conversation to be like, well, because there's drama, because then men are like, women are so emotional and so dramatic. It's like, no, these are professional athletes.
They're not like literally catfighting.
But no one's saying that about men who have drama.
No.
Like, it's like they're just competitive. Yeah. It's like, it's the same situation.
Right. Yeah.
But whatever. Anyway.
In different contexts.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And also sometimes there's no drama, but sometimes there's two people who are friends and they almost get into a fist fight on the court because it's that serious. Yeah. It's competitive and
it's their job.
They'll hug after the game. They'll literally hug after the game.
If I started fighting when you were on the court, I don't know if I could look at you the same. I'd be like, this is too much.
Sometimes that happens too. Yeah. I'm sure like it can mess with friendships, but it also sometimes it's fine. After the game, they'll hug and they'll be like, it's competitive. It is what it's just a game. Like, not just a game, but
that's
like.
That's why I couldn't play water polo, dude. I was like,
not competitive for that.
I said, I don't want to fight you girls. Oh, I don't really give a fuck.
They're crazy in the water, too. Getting drowned is another fucking another fucking version of I don't know what.
Yeah.
Okay, I know we said, before we move on, any other rookies you can think about that you like are excited to
or hope they
flourish
trade to your team?
Well, I really wanted Paige Beckers on our fucking team.
Well, Paige Beckers really wanted us.
And that's very obvious.
When we lost the number 1 pick, I think she was very sad. Because the Dallas Wings got the number 1 pick.
How do they get that?
I don't
It's a draft. It's just like
it's random?
It's it's like lottery. So based on I don't know how they do it.
This team's going to pick first.
Well, it's based on like who did really bad in the last year, like who needs it basically.
Oh, so they did bad.
But you can also trade your pick for like we had I think the number 2 or number 3 pick and we traded that we traded that to get Kelsey Plum, which was a good move in my opinion. But like you can I don't know the inner workings of it, but basically it was a lottery of who would get the first pick. It was like between us and Dallas, and Dallas got it. So Paige thought she was going to be in LA Sparks. I think like she was already in talks with the team. I don't know, that's what I heard. And then she ended up on the Dallas Wings, which everything for a reason, but hopefully one day she ends up with the Sparks. That would be great.
Who would be like from like all your favorite players, who would be like
the lineup
for our team?
Out of every single WNBA player?
Yeah, like if we could trade and like have the right ideal,
who would you want to see?
Who would you want to see on the court as the 5? Would you keep like Hamby and
I don't know, like based on
just like on what you just like who you enjoy watching.
Yeah,
like
who you'd be like that would be fun to see them all on the same team.
So 5 people. I mean, it's so hard to just pick 5 though, and there's also like
it's like what's your favorite movie?
PR fucking answer.
No, because
it's like so hard when everyone's just really talented and
I mean that's stylish. True, but it's also like there's multiple guards and like I'm not going to pick 5 guards to be on the team because that doesn't make any sense.
Okay,
fine. Not from a logical point of view. But just like
thinking about it like that. Just like who's fun to watch.
Yeah, just like who would you be like, yeah, that's the Sparks, regardless of if we're winning or not, because
or their positions.
Yeah.
Okay. I really love Arike Ngumbawale. I think she's amazing.
Who's she play for now?
She's with the Dallas Wings right now. On Paige Becker's team.
Damn. Looks like maybe you like the Dallas Wings.
Question mark. And apparently Seattle too. Anyway.
Well, okay. Seattle just one person. I really like Arike. She's amazing. I would want to keep... I don't know because I love the Sparks. Like, I would keep...
everyone we have.
I think if everyone was on the court, I'd be really happy. But there's just so many people injured right now.
Cute and fun players.
Not cute.
I love watching Paige play. I love watching... I'm just going to say who I love watching instead of picking 5.
Okay.
I love watching Dejanay Carrington play. I love watching Tosh Cloud play.
These are all names I've heard. Just popping them up.
Good. As you should. I obviously like watching Paige Beckers play. Did I already say that?
5?
Did I already say that?
You didn't say Paige.
You
like watching Gabby.
I like watching Nafisa Collier. There's so many. You know who Nafisa Collier is.
Yes. No, but it's just like we're getting into a bigger list.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, sorry. It's too hard. I think it's too hard for me to pick 5
That's a fair answer.
people.
That's fine.
But I do love our Sparks team. Like, I think we have a great team.
We have a great team.
I think if everyone wasn't injured...
You guys.
Like if Ray Burrell
You
wasn't
said it's
injured.
hard to be a fan right now.
Well,
though.
okay, because
we're losing.
they're injured.
Because we're losing,
But
and
because
we're
they're injured, or because
Cameron Brink is still not on the court. Ray Burrell
Cameron Brink's on the
is
team.
still not on the
Yes.
yeah. Ray
But
Burrell's
she's-
not on the court.
Ray Burrell's not on the court.
Kelsey
Dude,
Plum
she's
just
been
got
injured
off the
since
court.
last year.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Well, she tore her ACL.
Get over it.
Dude.
Just kidding.
Honestly,
Sorry,
some
Queen.
people have been having that
Really
feeling about her
mean,
of
though.
like, fucking heal, dude. Like, what are you doing?
As if she has
She has like on option.
She actually
like
had
does.
to. She actually had to address it recently in like an Instagram story and be like, I want to play just as much as you guys want me to be playing. Like,
I mean, yeah,
basketball's my
that's
number one.
right. Like, why wouldn't she?
Because
Yeah.
everyone
Because then she could break records and stuff. Like, she wants to play.
Everyone was annoyed that
saying
she was
she's like doing
modeling.
fashion and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and she's like,
She said that's
what
all I
else
can
was I
do.
supposed to do?
Yeah.
Like, I still got to make
Sit
money.
on my ass.
Anyway.
Yeah. But I
Okay.
do love our team. I hope that everyone like heals up and can be on the court because we are a good team.
Because we
good.
need that.
We do need that.
Yeah.
It sounds like
We
from
do
what
need
I've
that.
heard.
Yeah.
Maybe
I
everyone-
worry that we won't make it to the playoffs this year.
I don't
which would
think.
really suck.
That's okay. You can watch other teams.
Yeah, and I will watch other teams.
Yeah.
But I also love our rookies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah Ashley Barker, one of
She's
Mel's
my
favorites.
new fave. I love her.
Yeah, she's really, really good.
Yeah.
Okay, team. Well, we want to end it on a high.
On a high.
Uh-oh.
Who the heck is dating who in the WNBA?
I know that's not all that
See.
matters, but it matters.
But like, come on,
I want to know.
You want to know the juicy bits.
Well,
Alleged or confirmed?
Right, alleged or confirmed.
Alleged-
Let's start with confirmed. Let's start with confirmed because
okay, confirmed. Dejanay Carrington and Melissa Smith, and they're both on the Dallas Wings
That's
together this
crazy.
year. Yeah.
like that doesn't happen in men's sports.
No, well,
It can.
maybe on the
It
DL.
could, but they're not.
Maybe on the DL.
Maybe on the DL.
T.
There's probably a lot of DL NBA players.
Well, didn't not this? I mean, like, it's not irrelevant, but wasn't there a football player that just came out as gay? I don't know
No
how.
idea.
Just is probably the wrong word because it probably was.
There
while ago,
was-
but-
Yeah,
There
there was a
was one, but I can't
publicly gay
remember what his
football.
name
Right?
is.
I don't remember his name.
I don't follow football.
I don't watch
Freaking,
men's sports.
but proud of you.
No, yeah,
But yeah, Dejanay Carrington and Melissa Smith are
They're
dating.
married.
No,
Dating.
they're dating.
How long have they been dating? Like short, long.
Well, they were together and then they broke up. And there was this clip when they were on opposing teams. You could probably put the clip in here.
Put the clip in.
Because Dejanay fell during a game and Melissa Smith picked her up, but picked her up like from behind by her waist and like pulled her into her.
It was
Sexual?
It was sexual.
sexual.
And then
Sexual?
there was a game where Dejanay fell, and I don't remember who it was. Was it Skylar Diggins Smith? I don't remember.
someone picked her up.
Someone picked
From
her
the
up
butt like
from
that?
behind and
Same.
literally instantly went like this because that clip was so relevant. She
Viral.
didn't want to remake that same
Yeah.
clip
So
with
like
Dejanay.
maybe it was kind of innocent if someone else like did it by like
I
second
don't
nature, I guess.
know.
I'll show you the clip, Sam. It's not innocent. And also the look on both of their faces is like
You did that.
Like, that's her ex.
I miss you.
But then they got back
vibes.
together.
They got back
Yes.
together. Kind of
So-
like after that.
So, you know what? Clearly,
Tea.
there was vibes going on.
But also Dejanay, like, said on a podcast that she's, like, not gay like that. I don't know.
It's just such a... I can't
I
talk
just
about
don't
that.
understand those conversations. Like, we've talked so in depth about the relationships, the non-relationships, it's I guess sad that there's still so much like controversy around
Yeah.
them just being gay
Yeah.
or not, or like being straight and playing a
Yeah.
masculine sport or whatever.
I don't know. Well, yeah, there's also a lot of WNBA players that have been, like, assumed are gay, like Alana Smith, and she had to basically make an Instagram post saying, "Happy Pride, I'm an ally. I'm really sorry, but I'm not gay."
Yeah.
No, I'm really sorry.
Like, no, she literally said
She
that. She was
literally
like,
said,
"I'm
"I'm
really
sorry."
sorry, but I'm not gay." It was really funny.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, to each their own, I guess. Like, you can identify how you want, but I don't know how I would feel like if I identify as a woman and I'm dating someone who identifies as a woman and they're like, "Well, I'm not gay." It's like, okay.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Or like she didn't even say like I'm bi or
Yeah.
anything. She was just like, I'm not.
I'm
just
not-
dating
I'm not
her.
that. I'm just
I think
dating
she was
her.
kind of saying like I wouldn't date any other woman. I would only date her. Which, I mean, I guess that's fine. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, pansexual.
Yeah, I was like, I guess it's just giving. I fell in love with who.
Yeah,
like, still
but
like
also
little, like
you don't have to identify yourself all the time, but it almost felt like no, I'm not gay. Like that's like
I think that's the problem.
Yeah, that's the problem.
Who else had that similar?
Well, Isabel Harrington's dating Natasha Cloud, who we love. Tosh Cloud. She was on the Phoenix Mercury, and now she's playing in New York. And so is her girlfriend. So they're another... Tosh Cloud, Isabel Harrington are also playing on the same team, and they're dating.
In New York, Liberty.
In New York. But Isabel Harrington said, like, something about, like, I'm not gay. But also Tosh Cloud... Maybe non-binary. I don't know.
Maybe
so I don't know.
Just trying to like unpack.
You think so?
The years of like being told they're like bullied, literally just being bullied for playing basketball as girls or something. Like maybe they need to unpack some of that.
I don't know.
But they need to unpack something. That's for sure.
They're both like very feminine women dating more like mask presenting.
The ones that are saying they're not.
Yeah.
Natasha Cloud identifies as a bisexual woman.
Yeah.
Bisexual.
Natasha Cloud? Oh, interesting.
But that's the more masculine one that didn't say I'm not gay.
No,
the other one said it.
Yeah, she's gay. She's for sure. Yeah, the more feminine one said that she's... Isabel Harrington said that she's like not gay.
Bisexual.
But also these aren't like official statements from them. These are just like based on like podcasts and things that have been said.
Right.
So they're dating and then they're for sure dating. And then allegedly, Paige Beckers is with AZ Fudd. They played together at UConn. AZ is still... This is what we showed you. Yeah. Where AZ like, posted the TikTok.
It's like they like hard launched.
Yeah.
Yeah, wait, what's happened? You guys told me like, what was it? Like 3 weeks ago, they did a soft launch vibe of the trend of the like, how much was it?
Yeah.
That's nothing really. I mean, they're just like together.
Well, it was like soft launch. That wasn't soft launch. Like I think that people took that as like the hard launch because the soft launch was them seeing each like
her sitting next to her at the WNBA draft.
At the draft, that it's giving like girlfriend. Like why is your best? It's just
and
different.
Like when she got called, like you can only hug so many people. I think she hugged her coach and AZ. And that's it. It's like
and like I think speculatory, but the vibes were very much like I want to kiss you right now, but I'm just gonna give you a friendly hug.
Yes,
and I'm so proud of you.
Yeah. And she like wore her hat after, like the Dallas Wings hat, like it was just very girlfriend.
They were like so. Then after that,
they just kissed,
right? Just kiss.
So then like Paige was then like on this kind of like press tour, and AZ was everywhere she was.
Yeah.
Also, so that was the soft launch, and then the hard launch was them going to that dinner and doing that whole trend.
And the caption literally said, "Always princess treatment when I'm with her."
Yeah.
Like, I love you, Sam, but we're not making TikToks like that. Like, we're just not.
Right. Oh, my bad.
Oh,
my bad.
It's just like, you're not friends. Like,
no.
Yeah.
But it's funny because for Pride, like, a lot of Instagram accounts have been like, Happy Pride, Paige and AZ, and like tagging them and posting pictures. And it's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, like, complex, so much context. And, like, just like you don't want to out people, but like
no. But it's also like
you guys are kind of out.
Like, I feel like you're.
Enough.
I think maybe they're just so in the Gen Z era of things where they're just like, I don't need to come out,
but then kiss,
right?
But
then kiss, like then just do it.
Give us what we want.
Like why is it a secret?
Well, I mean, yeah, I know Paige.
I guess it could
be.
I guess it could be private, just because you're fucking.
I know Paige is super religious. Too,
yeah, Paige is very Christian.
Yeah,
okay, so maybe she's.
So
private, if nothing else.
There could be a lot of things. But I also don't think that people need to like. Yeah, I don't think people need to come out
or need to know. Like, we don't need to know for certain.
Yeah, just because you're gay, it doesn't mean you have to be comfortable with your dating life being public. Like a lot of straight people have their dating life very private, and no one finds it to be a problem.
Yeah.
So like, if you want to have a private dating life,
people fucking not launching the man until they're like married.
Crazy.
That's crazy talk.
For them,
but what is a problem is when you like queer bait and you don't come out like Taylor Swift, but that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
But that there is sometimes for me personally, I find an issue with some people who like really queer bait.
I mean, it's like if you're profiting off of the
idea, the identity.
Yeah.
A line to cross.
For sure.
Yeah, 100%.
Anything you feel like you want to like still Kiki on? A
Oh,
dress?
outfits.
Oh, the
Outfits.
fashion.
Best dressed people.
No,
Can
wait, yes, but no. I was talking about your guys' outfits at the games.
Oh, well, I said best dressed people, so.
I want to know your outfits, but I guess we'll talk about the players' fashion first. Who is like your number one fashion icon?
Number one?
Yeah, number one.
I'll say mine.
Yours is Kelsey.
Yeah, Plum is literally
Who's that? Is that the one?
Fly City.
Fly City.
Is that the suit?
Yeah. She's fly as fuck.
Right
Some
here,
of her outfits I
somewhere
don't
there's a
love,
photo of
but-
her.
You know what? That one that you guys
Hated
With the
on?
long
Hated on?
shirt.
The skirt? I mean, the shirt dress?
it's just like the back.
Don't tell me you would wear that.
I would wear the rest of it. I think it was a fly simple outfit. Otherwise,
If it
the
didn't
boots
have
were
the
everything.
tail.
Yeah, without the tail.
Precisely, the problem.
But I think she was trying to give a
Without
little
the
more.
problem.
You know what I mean? It's not her fault.
Yeah. No, I like Kelsey Plum's fashion.
I'm dead.
She's not my favorite, but I
Who's
do love
your favorite?
Arike and Gumbwale.
She's fucking fly.
She's fly, and Kalia Copper.
I was
What?
gonna say.
I feel like Cameron Brink was like your first person you showed me that you were like,
She's
"Look at
less like,
it."
well, she's gorgeous, and they're all gorgeous, but she's like, for me, the fashion for her is cool because it's just like, but it's it's not very swaggy.
It's
Like
very
for
femme.
me personally, like people that
Yeah,
I
yeah,
look
yeah.
up to for fashion, her sense of style is a little too like
femme.
feminine for me.
Yeah.
But Kalia and Arike, their fashion sense is just like perfect, literally perfect.
Why?
And Tosh Cloud.
I love her.
And Tosh Cloud. And Skylar Diggins Smith pulled out some fits.
I don't know that maybe you've shown me, but I don't know who that is.
Skylar Diggins.
You know who she is because we played her the other night. She's on the Seattle Storm.
I don't think I've seen an outfit from her.
You probably have only seen her in her uniform.
Remember we were both like, who the fuck is this player? She's so fucking fly in this
Maddie
outfit.
Westbelt, I think was her name.
What team is she on?
I don't know. I don't really know her.
That outfit,
before
literally,
that.
in my eyes,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
And I'll pop it
It was
up.
off the court.
Pop it up. Yeah, because
It was
they
off the
do
court.
like
tunnel
fits. Like,
Oh.
when they first walk into a game, they usually have video and
But like
photo.
into the locker room. Like
Yeah,
they're
into
walking
the
into the locker room.
Yeah, when they arrive at the game.
Yeah.
But yeah, Arike and Kalia are my
like
top.
Top of the top.
I just, Kalia Copper is so fly.
She's
and so
really
Arike
fly.
is so fly. Someone asked Arike, like, who's your favorite, best dressed WNBA player? She was like, me.
No, cause period.
And everyone else was like, Arike.
It's
Like,
like, yeah,
yeah.
I agree with her.
Yeah.
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 Dang.
And we're not gonna go over worst dress because that's
we won't
just
do
too
that. We won't do
hurtful.
that. But
It's
your
hurtful.
guys' outfits, I feel like you guys go to every game so intentionally, but not in like a cheesy way.
That's the goal. But I feel like it's
Yeah.
hard because I don't like our colors all the
I know,
time.
purple and gold, yellow.
Yeah.
Is it
Purple
yellow
and
or
gold, yellow. Yeah, I got a yellow tie, which has been fun. And then I got the purple socks and the yellow socks, which we got together.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's fun. But yeah, I don't know. It's...
We're in need of jerseys though, like ASAP.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
But who would you get?
I would get Plum.
we would get
We would share Plum and Hamby probably.
Plum and Hamby, for sure.
I
That's Plum
would
and
maybe
Hamby.
eventually get a Brink one, but she's not playing, so I just kind of feel silly wearing it
Yeah.
Yeah.
a little bit.
I'd probably...
Not, but
I don't think I would get a Brink one, but...
loyalty's
I don't... No, I love her. I just...
kidding.
I don't know. I would probably get Kelsey and De'Erica and maybe Odyssey Sims.
Okay, again, hella jerseys.
I'm just gonna get Barker.
How
Yeah,
much are
you
these?
love
Could this be a
Barker.
birthday gift? or
So
something?
that's the tea because they're like $100 something.
They're
Like
so
they're
expensive.
the official ones are expensive, but there's a vendor like that sits outside the crypto arena, and they were always selling Lakers stuff and Lakers jerseys and Dodgers jerseys, which I'm like, that's cool, but
they
I was like,
don't
when are you
do-
getting Sparks jerseys? He goes, in 4 weeks. And I was like, cool. When are you getting Sparks jerseys? We go to the last game. He has Sparks jerseys, but he only has Cameron Brink. And I was like, when are you getting Kelsey Plum jerseys? He was like, next week. And I was like, period. So on Monday, we'll probably buy them. Because they're like knockoffs. They're like $30.
No, yeah, but he's probably taking your exact feedback.
He's like-
okay, we're gonna get some plum ones.
Probably. I mean, every time I bug him. Every
Yeah,
time.
he knows.
I'm just gonna start asking for every player.
Yeah. Literally.
I mean, they don't make money off that though.
Right.
No, they don't. You're right. Actually, you know what? Last season, they didn't. I don't know if it's changed, but they didn't make any money off their own
jerseys?
jersey sales last
Yeah.
year.
I think that's like a common thing.
Not for men.
Not for
Is
men.
it not?
No,
No.
men get paid on their jersey sales.
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
It's fucked.
I believe so. I thought
don't
so.
know. I don't
But
know.
women last year, they didn't. So
OT.
hopefully
Maybe
that's
they'll
changed this
Hopefully it
year.
changed.
But
It needs to change.
it needs to change.
But after I buy my knockoff ones.
After I buy mine.
After, because it doesn't matter right now.
Literally. So we could probably talk about it for hours, the drama and the tea.
Yep.
But overall, I think it's cool that you started watching and, like, using your voice to inspire other people to freaking watch. Because I feel like I would not be talking about this if it wasn't for you.
Period.
So
And now we're definitely going to have to go to women's sports bars this summer.
Period.
we've
Yeah.
been talking about it, and this will be the final,
The final
thing
thing.
that pushes us to go do it.
In
for
Long
sure.
Beach, and there's a new one opening up in Silver Lake.
I know the Long Beach one has been doing well, I think.
Yeah,
From
the
what I've
Sparks
seen.
literally went there.
Also, don't know when they're opening. Maybe it's next season for this, but the pizza place that's at the Santa Monica Brewing Company,
Okay.
it's called Emmy's. They're opening right next to basically the
crypto
crypto arena.
Oh.
So
We
might
can
be a
get
whole
pizza
vibe.
before a game.
That's fun.
Or after.
Yeah,
Love that.
Yeah.
Okay, well.
So now we have to force Sam to come to a game with us.
yeah,
Force is such a strong word.
We have to encourage Sam to come to a game
right.
with us.
You have to bribe me. No. I just don't know that I've been invited to a specific game yet, actually, this season. Have I?
Period.
Nope, but
I feel
Exactly.
just eating us up.
Let me look at the schedule.
I said, what I mean, when has
said
the
what?
game been?
The invite hasn't come.
Like, oh, you went to a game? Cool. Without me. Okay.
That's how that's
No,
feeling.
the undertone has always been, No,
Cool.
it hasn't. But I would go with you guys. It's just, don't want to spend a ton of money. So if the seats are like
fair.
$50,
Okay. Period.
Period.
all in.
Period.
Okay.
Alright.
Well, then
I'm
I'll
gonna
see you
find
guys at the next game.
See you at the game.
brother.
Uh,
The air horn. Oh shoot!
That's
Oh, those
it.
are yeah.
okay, well, thanks for being on the podcast.
Thanks for
Faye.
having me.
Thanks for
So much
informing
fun.
us. Yeah,
Oh.
So fun.
we needed it.
Period.
And as for the viewers or listeners, thank you for being here. And we'll catch you guys in next week's episode. Don't forget to follow us on our socials and any of these like pages that you're listening or watching on.
Oh, and follow
Logan. She's also a realtor, so if you're in the market of buying or selling
specifically in LA.
in LA,
In LA.
yeah, we'll leave her socials in the description. So, yeah, we'll catch you guys next week. Bye.